Hello my couriers. So, you remember Vorpal? Vorpal is my my Hexapod. I did this little guy about a year ago. It's been a success actually. Not only the video is very popular, but I've taken this to trade show, I've taken this to schools to show kids the power of 3D printing and Arduino and robotics. Yeah, it's been an absolute success. However, now his big brother's here. And well, it's time I show you how big Max the Megapod really is. in all of his red and white glory. This has been a hell of a project. This thing has almost 300 hours of printing. It was printed completely in MetaHackers Pro Series nylon. MetaHackers were generous enough to send me all the filament to build this project. It took about 3 kilos of filament, of nylon filament. Now, I have to clarify that maybe printing completely all of it in nylon filament wasn't ideal. There are some parts of it which I think should be reprinted either in ABS or PETG or something that is stiff yet a little bit flexible, but not too flexible. See, the thing with nylon is that if you have sort of like really thin areas, they tend to be a bit flexible, as you can see here, like you have the hinges. So I will be reprinting the hinges in white and red ABS and replacing those just to give it a bit more stiffness, because that has been through a lot. I have a feeling this is gonna go through much more with kids playing around with it, smashing it. So yeah, but it definitely, the nylon did a great job. It definitely holds up. It was really fun printing with it. Now, for those of you who want to know, I printed most of this on the MetaHackers Pulse using the Garolite bed. It doesn't require any glue whatsoever for the nylon to adhere to it. It sticks extremely well. I printed some of it on the Mark III as well. Unfortunately, that doesn't have a Garolite bed. It has a standard PI sheet. So what I did is I used Magic Glue PA, which is purposely made for nylon to stick to the bed, and it works extremely great. Now for the fun part, let's switch them both on. It always scares me when it does that. See, this does it more eloquently. There you go. No, they're both tired. There you go. So they can both dab. Okay. Say sorry. Maybe I shouldn't use it on the table. So let me just clear this up a little bit. I can tap. It's scary. Run. Run. Stop pushing off spanner hands. Run. Come back here. So yeah, this thing is incredible. There you go. Rest. You can rest. You can have a rest. So it uses 2 batteries, a 9-volt battery and a 5-cell. This is a 6-volt, 3,700 milliamp battery. And I have to say, I'm quite surprised. This thing in total weighs about 8 pounds, something like that, give or take. And it's heavy, but it's just awesome to once again show what 3D printing and electronics are doing or can do together. I admit that whenever I use it, as I mentioned before, printing everything in nylon wasn't the best idea, especially for the hinges here, because these aren't extremely solid. So I definitely need to replace those, because after a few minutes they tend to start falling off. Yes, they're easily to just put them back on, they snap back on. But you know, if I wanted to show this around, I definitely have to reinforce it. Now, having said that, if you happen to be at Murph this year, you might get to see this. I can't promise anything. You'll definitely see me because I will be going. Filament One has very generously decided to sponsor my trip to Murph. I finally get to be at Murph. I've wanted to go to Murph since I started this journey in 3D printing. This will be my first opportunity, so I'm very excited. If I find a way to sort of kind of dismantle this in a way that it's okay to carry with me in a luggage, where it won't just be destroyed by customs and airplane handlers. I'll be bringing this up with me so you guys can have a look at it in real life. I also want to thank the Vorpal guys, the creators of this, who sent me the kit. Now, I received a full kit from them with the electronics, everything I needed to create the Vorpal. Everything else, the printed parts, I did myself. They're freely available on Thingiverse, links in the video description. However, you can also purchase a kit in order, rather than sourcing all the parts separately for the whole kit, which are quite a lot of. You can get them as a kit from them. There are pre-wired as well. You have a wire harness, which is already done. If not, this is open source, so you can still find everything readily available from Banggood and AliExpress. So I will leave links to everything in the video descriptions, because maybe you have a few of these parts already at your disposal. That is it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you to my absolutely awesome patrons without whom I possibly couldn't be doing this channel. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications because YouTube doesn't like me much. And as always, happy dabbing, guys. Dab. See you guys.